fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you were working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I'm going to be working on what turned out to be kind of a bonus project for me. This is a kit from Crafties by Sybil Art called Kaori. I've subbed in my gold metallic drills from Diamond Dots for the yellow that they had in here originally. I'm actually loving the way it's turning out. I don't know if I'm going to get this done before December 31st, but I'm going to give it a go. I've got 4 sections left, and I think some of them will have some nice multi-placing in them, so hopefully they'll go pretty quick. It's been a wild week, so a wild couple of weeks. Let me rearrange, zoom in where I'm going to be working, and we'll get started. Don't go anywhere. All right, let me start my timer and I'll get started here. You guys, it has been a wild couple of weeks. It has been an exhausting couple of weeks. We were supposed to have a white Christmas. We didn't. It showed up, the weather showed up the day after Christmas. We were supposed to get snow. It was mostly ice, and the next day it was like in the 50s, so it didn't stay very long, which is good because it was ice, but we did get like a little bit of, it's more frost than actual snow on Christmas. So hubby had another late night this week after the holidays. We had a nice holiday. Everybody came over. We had a big meal. We just kind of sat around and visited with everyone. Everybody's old enough now that we don't really do a whole lot of gift exchanging, so that part of it didn't take very long, but we just kind of sat around, watched football, and visited with everybody, and it was nice. Hubby called his mom. His dad, the home where his dad has been, was closed because of a COVID outbreak. They opened up back on Christmas Day, so she was able to go see my father-in-law for Christmas, so she was super excited and happy about it. So they were all doing well. It was a nice Christmas. I got a couple of nice gifts. I got a couple of diamond paintings, so happy about that. I got the Myrtle books that I had been wanting, the ones that are like logic puzzles, but they're murder mysteries. I had a bit of, when I first got them, oh no, I can't write in a book. That's like almost sacrilegious to an English teacher, right? I don't want to write in the book. And I considered just kind of photocopying everything and then doing it that way, which actually might be a bit easier because then I could lay all the pages flat because the books are pretty thick. But I finally was just like, oh, it'll probably just be easier if I just actually write in the book and keep it all together. So that's what I decided to do. And it's been pretty fun. The first 25 were fairly simple. Hit number 26, it gets a little bit harder, and they get harder after that. So we'll see how far I make it through before I start. It does give you hints and clues in the back of the book. I don't know how helpful the hints are. Basically, the hint is just kind of explains one clue. So if that happens to be a clue that you'd already figured out, you don't really get a hint. But I don't know if they decided those were the ones that confused the most people, so that's what the ones they give you the hint for. I don't know. So I've been working my way through those, and yeah, we just had a nice Christmas. Anyway, hubby had a late night on Wednesday. They had another business outage that they had to work, and so he got some nice overtime in, so that's good. But we're now down to his last paycheck, and after that, no more coming in. So he's going to be filing unemployment. There's another company that has come and said that they're going to be looking for people as well, which makes sense because the work still has to get done. So we knew that somebody's going to have to be putting employees to work. So there's probably going to be somebody picking them up. They just don't know who. But we'll see how things work out. He's hoping that he's only going to be out of work for January, and by February somebody will have picked them all up and they'll be back on the job. We've got money saved up, but as is the way of things, when it rains it pours. My oldest was having a medical issue. That was not fun. So we spent, I think it's been 2 weeks now. So the Monday before Christmas, we were in the emergency room with the issue, found out what it was. She went home, and then we were doing pain management until she could get in with a physician and all of this. And they had tentatively scheduled her surgery for the first week of January. When she went in for further testing, it was discovered that things had changed and they needed to move up her surgery and do it as quickly as possible. So she ended up going in for surgery on Friday. You know, I've been through surgery with other people. I've had a couple surgeries myself. It was an outpatient surgery, so we weren't spending the night or anything, but nothing ever goes quickly in a hospital. We had to be there 2 hours early. So we were there at 5:45 in the morning. So I got almost no sleep the night before because I kept thinking I was oversleeping or sleeping through my alarm. So around 4 o'clock, I just finally gave up trying to sleep and just got up, go to pick her up, take her to the hospital, wait around, get her checked in, wait around some more. They come back, get her prepped while I'm waiting, and then they finally say they're going to take her back. Well, nobody would tell me how long the surgery was going to take. So after they took her back to actually begin the surgery, they took us back to the room that they were going to put her in when she was done. And they had told me that she would be in recovery for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, but nobody would tell me how long the surgery was. So it was about 2 hours later, and I finally went out and found the nurse and was like, have you guys heard anything? And they were like, no, but no news is good news. And I was like, okay. And then just as I was walking away to head back into the room to do some more waiting, one of the nurses said, oh no, they've just called and said she's headed to recovery. So another hour or so, and then she'll be in the room where I was. Okay. This is the first time that my kids have had to have any kind of major surgery at all. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. It's bad enough when you're having surgery yourself, but having to watch your kid go through it. And she was in quite a bit of pain, and just, even though she was on pain meds, was still in quite a bit of pain and, you know, not comfortable. And so we got it taken care of, which is good. I'm happy about that. But the surgery went well. She will be on medical leave for 2 weeks. We thought she'd be able to go back, but with lifting restrictions, until the doctor found out that she works with kids. And the doctor was like, nope, she needs to be off for 2 weeks, because she's like, all it takes is one kid not paying attention to what they're doing, and if they bust her incisions open, then we're back to square one. So she's off for 2 weeks, lifting restrictions for another couple of weeks beyond that, and then hopefully after that everything will be back to normal. Yeah, everything will be back to normal. I don't know if that's actually how it's going to work, but that's the plan. She's kind of bummed that she's going to be off work for 2 weeks because she feels bad about leaving the people she works with short-staffed. And I said, well, one, they're short-staffed already, even with you there. And there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, several of them have had to take off for various medical reasons, and she's had to cover for them. So it just is what it is. But this is the first time she's been on this side of it, you know, where it's been her that's been sick and dealing with it. And that's been tough too. Just either of my kids have never really had to deal with this. And I know we're super lucky that that is the case. And it'll be interesting to see how, because I'll have to help her navigate the whole, how the insurance works and all of that kind of stuff. So that'll be fun. But hopefully, now that the surgery is done and everything is hopefully taken care of, she's on the mend, and I can go back to getting a full night's sleep, because she was still having quite a bit of pain, and so we were trying to make sure that she was staying on top of her pain meds and all that, and I'm just a worrier, so it made it hard to sleep. So when we got home Friday, goodness gracious, so we got there at 5:45 in the morning. She got out of surgery, I want to say, like, I think she was back in the room by like 11, somewhere in there. Of course, they wanted her to fully wake up from the anesthesia, check her vitals, make sure everything was going good. She had lunch, and then they came in around 4 o'clock to order breakfast, or to order dinner. The doctor had been by, given us discharge instructions, you know, pain meds while her incisions heal, what she can do, what she can't do, that she needed to be off, all that kind of stuff. So she left, and my husband's like, oh, okay, so they're going to put in our discharge orders. We'll be out of here in 30 minutes. And I just laughed. and said, you clearly have no idea how things work. We'll be lucky to get out of here by 8 o'clock. And he's just looking at me like I'm crazy. So she put in her dinner order because I said, you might as well order it. If we end up leaving before they bring it, then fine, but you might as well order it because odds are we're still going to be here. So my husband went and got he and I something for dinner, came back. They still hadn't taken out our IV, none of that kind of stuff yet. Around 6, they came in and took out her IV. They came around with her dinner at 6:30, so she ate dinner. And it was 7:30 before we finally left the house, or left the hospital. So we got back to the house right around 8 o'clock. And I told my husband, I told you, nothing happens quickly. And I had emailed or texted both my siblings, you know, what was going on and where we were and what time we'd had to be there and all of that. So when we finally got home, I had texted them, okay, we're home, everything went well. They're like, you're just now getting home? And I said, mm-hmm. So basically 12 plus hours at the hospital. And, you know, again, super grateful that we were there. They were able to take care of the issue, do what needed to be done, and now she's on the mend. It's just frustrating to sit there and, you know, she's still waking up with the medication, so I'm basically just sitting there working my Myrtle book and playing on my iPad, but super boring. And if they have invented chairs that are more uncomfortable than the ones you find in a hospital, I have yet to find them. My knee still gets super stiff, so I was trying to get up and walk around periodically because I was getting stiff just sitting there, but I didn't want to go too far in case she woke up. And yeah, hopefully now everything is back to normal. She can't drive for the 2 weeks that she's off while her incisions heal. So we're still going to have to do some running around, groceries and that type of stuff for her. But I'm hopeful that during these 2 weeks that she's off, they'll finish the construction in front of her apartment where she parks so that she won't have to keep parking 2 blocks away from her apartment door, which is nuts. Because there's 2 houses that are right next to her apartment building, and they have left it so the houses can access their parking, but nobody in the apartments can. Super frustrating. So I hope all of you had a happy holiday if you were celebrating. It is New Year's Eve. We don't typically do a lot on New Year's Eve. I mean, we could go out and, you know, there are things to do. The big city near us has dinner theater. I heard advertising that's doing like a New Year's Eve type party thing, but I would rather just stay home. I think I'm going to order a couple of new games. My son doesn't usually like playing games, but he really wanted to play some games on Christmas when everybody was over. And he and I ended up playing Monopoly after everybody left because he wanted to play it. And whoo, he wiped the board with me. I don't usually play that badly at Monopoly, but I had a lot of dice rolls not go my way. And he ended up with all the red and yellow properties, and then he bought Boardwalk and Park Place, and I landed on Boardwalk with a hotel, and that's what wiped me out. I had already mortgaged almost everything I owned, but it was fun. So we'll probably do some more of that tonight while we're watching the ball drop and whatever. All right, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about as far as my real life update. So let's move on to diamond painting life. It is the end of the year, you guys. 2023 has flown by. I can't believe we're on the cusp of 2024, but I am looking forward to 2024. I have lots of cool things planned, lots of kits that I'm excited about doing. So I'm excited to start working on 2024 projects. Like I said, I don't know if I will get this one done or not, but I'm going to work on it and we'll see. I might be able to finish it. I'm excited to start my newer projects this year. I definitely am ready to get started on my Josephine wall painting from Diamond Painting Deutschland. I still have some prep work to do. I haven't kitted it up yet, so I need to do that. I need to finish prepping the canvas. I am going to be putting release papers on the canvas rather than keeping the blue and white cover sheet. I just like it better. I like working with cover sheets better. but I want to make some pretty ones. I had a design I thought was going to work, but I didn't quite make it seamless, perfectly seamless, so I got to go back and do some work on it and then print those off. So I'm going to be doing that. Of course, I need to kit up my Harajuku. That's the one of the Want series that I'm going to be doing first for 2024. I'm excited about that one. I think it's going to turn out really cool. So I will be sharing pictures of that. I would have had them both kitted up already, but with all the stuff going on with my oldest and all the health issues and the running around and doctor's appointments and things like that, my schedule got completely derailed and didn't get things done when I wanted to, which is fine. I had to stop and take care of my kid. She comes first, so it's all good. I was going back through, I've been seeing everybody on Instagram doing their kind of year in review collage pics. I don't know if I'm going to do a video like that or not. I might not. I was going to. I was out gathering up pictures for it, trying to find pictures of all the kits that I finished, and discovered that I don't always take pictures of everything. Like my bigger kits, I take pictures of those, but a lot of the small PR type stuff that I do, I don't always take pictures of those. So I don't know if I'll get pictures of everything. I maybe, if I decide to go back and do that. Anyway, as I was going back through all of the kits, it was like, oh, I completely forgot about this one. I forgot I even did this kit. Most of the big ones I remember, you know, if it's a Diamond Art Club or Dreamer Designs or Bella Art or, you know, something like that, then I'll remember it. A lot of the kind of smaller kits I don't always remember, but even at that, there were several of the larger kits that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that one this year. I think just because it gets far enough away, like stuff that I did at the very beginning of the year, it feels further away than just 2023, and so some of them I thought I had done last year, but no. I also need to go through and do a goals update for December. How did I do in December with all of my goals? And then kind of do a look back at the year. Maybe I'll combine those two videos. Maybe I'll talk about all of that stuff while I'm showing you all the kits that I finished. That might be a good idea. Anyway, so, you know, looking back through the kits, it was kind of funny. There were some that I really, really enjoyed and I had a lot of fun doing. And then there were some of them where it's like, ooh, I think I blocked that one out because I was not happy with it. But it's all diamond painting. It's all good. It all counts towards my goals. So it was enjoyable. Like I said, 2023 has kind of been a wild ride, both personally and in my diamond painting life. I think at the beginning of 2023, I didn't do as good a job setting my goals for 2023 as I hopefully did for 2024. Like I said, in 2023, I basically went through and went, okay, what are some things I want to finish? Here, I'll make these goals. And I didn't really think about them beyond that. In 2024, I kind of went through and went, okay, if I'm going to do this, that means I have to do this many, you know, each month, or I have to do this much each week. Am I going to be able to do all of that? And so hopefully this year's goals will be definitely achievable instead of questionably achievable. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's going to make me too complacent. I tend to work better when I have a deadline approaching. Even if it's a deadline that I've set myself, that kind of pressure, whether it's internal or external, I feel like I work better that way. I don't know why. I think if you give me too much time, I procrastinate too much. So I got to wait until there's a crunch, and then I'm like, okay, now I got to focus and get it done. So we'll see how that translates into my goals for 2024. If that means that I've made the goals more achievable, or if I've given myself too much leeway and that means I don't focus enough on them. I would like to spend some more time adding additional bling to kits in 2024 than I did this year. I always have a lot of fun trying to figure it out. And now that I've kind of done a different storage system with my ABs, I'm hopeful that means that I'll use them more often, because having them hidden away in my spare drill storage, I just didn't go looking for them, you know. It was easier to just be like, well, here's the drills that came with the kit. I'll just do these and not focus on trying to really bling it up. Plus, there's also that whole deadline thing for me where I'm like, okay, I have to get all of this stuff done and I don't have time to go back and add in bling. I would have needed to pre-plan a little more than I did and have stuff ordered ahead of time so that it was ready to go once I was ready to work on the kit. And I didn't do that last year. Don't know for sure that I'll do it this year. I do have plans to add some bling to certain things. I'm definitely going to be adding bling to the Josephine wall that I'm doing, but I feel like that one's almost a little bit of cheating because it's a Josephine wall. When I did Diana, which was another Josephine wall from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and they're both round. So because it's the same artist from the same company, they're both round. They use a lot of the same colors, which makes sense. It's the same artist, so she probably has a, you know, same color palette in a lot of her paintings. So I have a lot of leftover ABs from Diana that didn't get used that I can put to use in Melody and Pink. So I am planning to do that, and I've got a handful of ABs left over from Diana that I'm going to be doing that with. Like with this one, spur of the moment, happened to be like, oh, I'm going to add the gold, and then realized about halfway through that I didn't have enough of the gold. So hubby and I took a quick trip to Joann's, and we were super lucky because there was only one bottle of the color that I needed left. They had some gold metallic drills, but I have like the antique or old gold or something. What are they called? I knew what the diamond dots number was. I don't know what it's called now. It doesn't actually say anything but the number on the bottle, but it said it in the little rack where they had all of the spare drills that they were, extra drills that they were selling stored. Anyway, I got the last one, which is good because I would have run out if we hadn't gotten more. So I'm glad we ended up doing that. I was pretty peopled out that day, so I didn't really want to go to Joann's. Of course, it was the day after Christmas. We don't have Boxing Day sales here, but the day after Christmas is always busy. People returning things that they got for Christmas that they didn't want, were the wrong size, wrong color. They want to exchange it, return it, whatever. So it's always super busy. And of course, Joann's, it looked like a tornado had gone through there. All the racks just kind of look like, literally like a tornado or a small child had gone through and just pulled stuff and thrown it everywhere, from all the way back in fabric, all of their art supplies. Hubby was over looking at the cutting machines and stuff. They had almost no vinyl left. Even when we were standing up at the front checkout counter, all the little, you know, impulse purchase stuff was almost completely bare, and what was there looked like it had just been thrown back on the shelf. It was kind of crazy. I shudder to think what the store looked like when people were actually there going through things prior to Christmas, but they only had one cashier, so it took forever to buy my one bottle of drills, but I got them, and now I'm going to be able to finish the project. Even if I don't finish it by the end of the year, I will be able to finish the project, so that's good. Kind of got off track there. 2023 has just been a wild ride, like I said, and I hit 6,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is mind-blowing. I can remember when I first started and I thought I would never get 600 people. So the fact that I've got 6,000 now is just amazing. And again, super grateful to all of you who subscribe, like, comment, tune in whenever there's a video. If you haven't done that already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I drop new videos. I am, like I said, making plans, working hard to bring you hopefully entertaining and informative content in 2024. So yeah, super happy about the growth here on YouTube. The Facebook group is growing. I've got over 1,000 of you in that group now, so that's super awesome. I'm gonna have to get more active in there because I'm just not. I think I spend more time on Instagram, which is also growing. But I love seeing everybody's pictures and what everybody is working on. Yeah, I just love seeing all the pretty pictures. Even if it's not a picture that I would pick for myself, you know, a diamond painting that I would pick for myself, I love seeing all the things that people come across, because nobody can shop at every single diamond painting shop. So seeing just the variety that's out there where people find different things is just fun to see. And we all have different tastes. So of course, we're all going to pick different diamond paintings. So that's fun for me to see too. Even if it, like I said, it's not necessarily something I would do myself, I can still appreciate the beauty of it when somebody else is working on it. So yeah, join the Facebook group, share your pics of your WIPs or your finished projects or whatever. Feel free to ask comment or ask questions. People are very helpful in the group. If I don't know the answer, somebody else in there probably does. And if we don't, we'll go find it. That's actually one of the things I enjoy most, is when people ask me questions and I'm like, I don't know the answer to that. Let me go figure it out. I had a bunch of people comment when I was doing the double-sided adhesive fix video on the Melody in Pink that it was kind of nostalgic for a lot of people, because for a lot of us, double-sided adhesive has kind of disappeared. Like I said, even the budget companies, at least most of them, have gone to the poured glue. So I just don't see double-sided adhesive that often. Oh, and hopefully I'm going to get to try out the thing that I wanted to do. One of you lovely subscribers is sending me a small double-sided adhesive kit because I don't have any. That way I can see if I can do the thing where I remove the double-sided adhesive and turn it into a poured glue canvas. Because I'm really curious to see how that works out. Like, I know you can buy diamond painting adhesive like glue and stuff, but I think in my mind it was more like regular glue. Like, it stays sticky for a while, but then it hardens and it's just solid. It's not sticky anymore after that. And I've never actually tried diamond painting adhesive before, so this will be kind of a new foray for me as well, to kind of try out some products that I've not tried before. So that'll be interesting. So if you have an interest in seeing that, again, hit that subscribe button, because I do plan to do that. I've got some other videos planned that I want to do as well that will hopefully, like I said, be informative and entertaining. I have kit ups and, you know, all the regular content that I need to do. I'm super excited to get started on my plans for 2024. I'm super excited to see what 2024 brings. 2023 has been pretty awesome in some ways. Some not so great things with the surgery and all of that, but for the most part, pretty awesome. I actually think I'm more excited for things that I have planned in 2024 than I have been for things since I started diamond painting. When I first got into the hobby, there was a lot of unknowns for me, and then once I decided it was something that I was going to keep doing and that it was a good hobby for me, because I really missed having a hobby. I mean, I read, and that's a hobby, but most of my early life, my early married life, in my 20s and 30s, when I had time for crafting, it was cross stitch and crochet. And I really missed kind of having some things like that to work on. And I just had never found anything else that had kind of taken up that space for me, because I tried to hang on to the cross stitch, I really did, but my carpal tunnel just wouldn't let me, and that was a disappointment. But finding diamond painting has been really exciting and helpful, and so happy that I found it. I was excited to start the YouTube channel and kind of jump into all of this with both feet. I think some of that because I was kind of naive about how all of it worked and I didn't know what was going to happen. But I made the conscious decision when I started the channel that, you know, I was just going to try it. And I would do it as long as I found it fun. But it has been amazing so far. And again, a huge thank you to all of you, because you are what makes this channel. If you weren't watching, I wouldn't have a reason to be here. So again, thank you for that. But yeah, I'm just really excited for 2024. I have so many cute things, fun kits picked out that I can't wait to work on, and I'm collecting more. I'm admittedly not buying as many as I would have been otherwise due to circumstances, but I got 2 for Christmas as a gift, so that was amazing. They're super cute. Can't wait to work on them. I got a couple of surprise kits from Bella Art to do sneak peeks for. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll throw a link up there. Go check them out. They are releasing a bunch of new kits, and They have some really cute ones, of course, the Harajuku one that I've already got, but their new releases that they're putting out, there's several that I would like to get. I don't know when that's going to happen because of our job situation, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky and something will happen sooner rather than later. But I also have points to spend. I'm trying to be good. I actually saw a couple of kits from Diamond Art Club's releases yesterday that I wanted to get. But I just thought, okay, I'm not, he's literally just stopped working. Let's at least get through the month of January and see what happens. Does he get picked up by another company before I start spending a bunch of money on diamond painting? I mean, I do have points that I can spend at a lot of the bigger diamond painting companies. And I do plan to spend them this year because one of the things that I will be doing in 2024 is increasing my stash in preparation for our move to Canada. Trying to buy from like small businesses, Etsy shops, that kind of thing, without having to pay lots of shipping if it's coming from elsewhere for the moment. Just trying to build up my stash so that it can move with me and I don't have to pay import fees and whatnot once we get up there. So I am planning on using up all of my points at all of the companies, but I'm going to wait to do even that until after we know what his job situation is going to be. I mean, he would tell me just to go ahead and do it. You know, I'm going to pay $10 shipping or something, and the kits are basically going to be free if I use points. But I just feel like the points aren't going anywhere. I don't have to have any diamond paintings right now. Let's just kind of take a little step back and see what happens. So I did see a video about, and I think I mentioned it in my last WIP and Chat, the diamond painting bingo event. I didn't realize that the event had gone on this year as well. There is a Facebook group for it, so I need to go out and join the Facebook group. I saw someone doing a video on kind of how it works, and it actually seems a little complicated after watching the video, but it's a year-long event, so I figure I have time to figure it out. And I'm sure I'm probably making it just seems more complicated than it actually is. It is, you know, essentially you get a bingo card and it has, you know, themes and things written on it, and you do a kit that fits that theme and you get that space on your bingo card. But there's rules for posting your photos and all that kind of stuff, so I've got to go check out the group and check all that. But it sounds like it would be fun. It's a year-long event, so I think that makes it sound a little bit more fun, just because hopefully that means I can fit some of the things I had already planned to do. Because that's the hardest part of events, I think, is, you know, you see this cool event, but then you're like, well, none of the kits I already own work for this event, and I don't have the money or the time or whatever to go out and get something else to participate in this event. It's one of the reasons I kind of tried to make my events as broad as I could, especially pets. You know, it is DP for pets, which that is coming up in June, so make sure you mark your calendars for that. But I mean, as far as theme goes, yes, the theme is pets, but I'm pretty open about, you know, if it could be a pet, even if it's like a mythical creature. So, you know, some sort of animal or whatever. If you can sell it to me that it could be a pet, I'll believe you. I would love to have, for example, a unicorn or a dragon as a pet, or a phoenix, or whatever. Yes, of course, dogs and cats and birds and fish and all of those things qualify, but if there's something kind of out there that you think you can make work, yeah, sell me on it. I'll probably buy it. So DP for Pets will be in June of 2024, and then I will be doing DP for Veterans 2024 in November next year. I think we will probably still be here in the US in June when I'm doing DP for Pets. So I don't expect a lot about that event to change. It's possible we could be in the middle of the move then, but I don't think we will be. But I am expecting that probably by next November we will be in Canada. So I'm not quite sure if or how that will change how I do the event, but I'm still planning on having it even if I'm in Canada. So mark both of those, DP for Pets in June and DP for Veterans in November. And then I'll see, like I said, the bingo event sounded like fun, and I'm going to look through. I've got my want series where I've already kind of planned out what at least one kit that I want to do for each month to see if anything that I'm doing fits in a particular month, or maybe if I want to shuffle something around so it will fit an event that's going on. I do plan to try and do more than one kit a month, but I'm also going to be working on the Diamond Painting Deutschland, so until that one gets finished, I don't know how much spare time I'll have to work on other things. We'll see. But I would like to participate in more events, so that'll be interesting to see how many I can find that I think work for me. I think I need to do some more searching around too. Again, I think some of it is there's a lot of things happening on Facebook, and I'm just not on Facebook as much as I'm on Instagram, so I miss some stuff. But there's also, like I said, new companies and things that I want to try out this year. I've got a list of diamond painting companies that I want to try, and I've got a list of other like accessory companies that I want to try out as well. So I'm hopeful that hubby will be back to work pretty quickly and things will be back to relatively normal. I would like to start sending out random acts of kindness again in January. I've got a little bit of postage money saved up, so I'm going to try and send some out in January. Probably not a lot, but at least a few, because I've gotten backed up. I didn't really send out any in November. I think I sent a few, but not very many. And I don't think I sent out any in December. We just had so many other things going on, and they raised the shipping rates during the holiday time, so I just don't usually send out a whole lot in December. So I would like to get back into that. So like I said, I may send out a few in January, and then crossing my fingers, hubby is back to work in February, and then if he's back at work, I will definitely be able to send more out in February. Okay, is there anything else I need to share with you guys? I think that's it for me today, guys. Let me zoom out so you can see the little bit that I've done. I did get a little bit done. These last 4 sections I think are going to be pretty confetti heavy, so I'm hoping I'll get some multi-placing like here in the sky and things like that. I don't know until I uncover them, but I'm just going to work through. Crossing my fingers I can get it done by the 31st. If I don't, whatever. But I'm really loving how the gold metallic drills are looking here. Super glad that I decided to sub those in. And I actually think that I'm going to frame her once I finish this one, because I just really like how it's turning out with the gold and the reds and the oranges. I think it looks really good. She's upside down, so just because I'm working on this section, but yeah, she's turning out really well and I'm loving it. Okay guys, I think that's it. I can't believe this is the last Whip and Chat of the year. That's amazing. Again, a huge thank you to all of you for supporting me through this YouTube journey. I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I do without you, so huge thank you to you guys. Hopefully things will get back to normal in the new year. Good things ahead. I hope that you and yours had happy holidays, and I hope 2024 brings you all the things that you want. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.